This video is to demonstrate the placement of a Class 2 composite on tooth number 46MO. Shade selection for this procedure has been determined using natural light. The shade chosen is A2 composite resin. Now that the client has been anesthetized and we have pre-marked the occlusion, checked contacts, checked anatomy of the tooth shape, the rubber dam will be placed for field isolation. The doctor has prepped the tooth. It is a 46MO. Rinse and dry the prep and examine the margins and tooth with your explorer so that you can visualize what you want to recreate. You can consider pre-wedging the tooth before the prep if working interproximal. Place a matrix system for a Class 2 restoration to build restoration within the parameters of the preparation. For this procedure, we chose the Garrison sectional matrix system. Only touch edges of sectional. Be careful of burnishing because it is contoured. Some tips for placing the sectional matrix system. Only touch edges of sectional. Be careful of burnishing because it is contoured. If it becomes dented, your material will be dented as well. Ensure it is placed subgingival to the preparation and the matrix is at least 1 millimeter above the marginal ridge surface. Ensure the wedge isn't impeding on the proximal contact. Ensure ring isn't impeding on box space. And ensure line angles are sealed. You are ready to etch the tooth for 15 seconds with 38% phosphoric acid. Start at the enamel cavo surface and move into the preparation. Ensure the whole prep is filled. The etch opens the tubules and exposes the collagen fibrils, which allow for micromechanical adhesion. Do not over-etch the dentin, as it is more permeable than the enamel. Rinse etch for 30 seconds, or double the time for what you etched it for. Air dry with light steam avail. Do not desiccate. You can use a cotton pellet if moisture needs to be added. You do not want the prep to look chalky. You are ready to bond. Remember to shake the bottle. Don't dispense too early, as it will evaporate quickly. Using a micro brush, rub bond over entire prep for 20 seconds. Filter air water first for water. Ensure that it is a clean stream of air. Lightly air dry to disperse pooling of bond. Cure for 10 seconds and repeat prime and bond. Inspect your prep to ensure that all surfaces are covered well with prime and bond. The science behind prime and bond is that it makes a hybrid layer that micromechanically attaches to the dentin and to the composite. It is a chemical and mechanical reaction. Composite placement. Depending upon the prescription, you may be required to place flowable composite. Cure to the manufacturer's recommendations. Place first increment of composite 1 millimeter to the floor on the gingival surface. Spreading material with a ball burnisher and using light pressure along the floor and up the walls of the prep. Cure for 20 seconds and between each increment. Consecutive increments will be approximately 2 millimeters and spreading material in an oblique fashion up the walls of the prep. This provides strength and decreases stress on the cusps. Continue these steps until you reach the point where anatomy needs to be shaped. Some tips would be to keep the tip of the compule on the floor while dispensing to avoid air bubbles. Keep overhead light off prep while placing composite, as it will set your material very fast. Reassess marginal ridges and cuspal height on adjacent teeth to ensure anatomical features are similar. You will do a final cure, buccally and lingually, once the matrix and wedge are removed. Now on to the finishing stage of the composite. Once matrix and wedges are removed and final cure is done, you should assess the margins for any discrepancies and correct if needed. Choose appropriate burrs, carbide or diamonds. Egg-shaped carbide can be used for occlusal surface. The convex shape provides nice grooves. Flame and soft flex discs are good for line angles and proximal areas to smooth off flash. Ensure that you are using a feather light touch. Ensure marginal ridges stay round as you're reducing the occlusal aspect. Check margins with Explorer to ensure no flash. Remove rubber dam. Check occlusion and make adjustments before the final finish. Refine anatomy details and polish. Check contact and remove excess bond and flash. Now the restoration is ready for final polish.